Get you started. Okay. We need a name. Let's get a name. What do we want to call ourselves? Well, if there's a lot of like south, east, west, pick a cardinal direction. You're not all of them at once. Figure it out, people. I don't know if you know how to use a compass. Maybe you don't. But you can't be all those directions at once. Looking at the global world. Expand this zone. Here. Apparently there's a party going on. Martinez is throwing a party. Of course, we're throwing a party in the freezer. Because where else would one throw a party? Isn't it obvious that a freezer is the best place to do it, surrounded by the food that you have not eaten yet? Goodness me, how glorious. Word of trust, blink, word of pain, chronopath. Age, here, time quote. I love. Here's the thing. Time magic is cool. Because first off, magic is cheating. Magic in general is just dumb, and it solves every problem, and yada yada yada. Magic is awesome in that way. However, time magic specifically, because of how important time is as a resource, is just level 2 cheating, in fact. If I was a mage, chronomancy would be one of the two main magics I'd want to learn. The other one would be, like, basically the teleportation school of magic, getting from one place to another, getting things from one place to another. That would be number 2 on my list. But time magic, oh baby, chronomancy is awesome. Temperatures are great. Oh god, I forgot about that. Oh man, I should have. Dude, Martinez is right there. You couldn't have done it like earlier or later in the day. It has to be right now. Goodness gracious, talk about a third wheel. I will say, all we have to eat out here is meat. We are certainly turning our ducks carnivorous. In fact, not only that, a lot of what they're eating is ducks. Don't question the ethics, we are currently starving out here. It's a bit rough when we can't grow any plants. Okay. Crap. Who's our next best doctor? You. Yikes. Okay. Baby prep. We need a clean room. You know what the best part is? Technically, our cleanest room is our farm. It is also our warmest room. And, so that's where we're gonna have the baby. We can get forced weather. Hailstorm for a bunch of days, but we'll gain probably one of the... a 3-year-old! Oh, boy! What, don't you just love it when they offer you horrible, horrible weather conditions and offer you a baby that you're going to have to take care of for 15 years? No thank you, no thank you. Downside of living out here on the glacier peaks, everything is cold and no one wants to visit. Who'd have thought when it is negative 25 Fahrenheit outside that people don't like leaving the house? And when you need 6 bloody heaters to heat up your pen area to keep your ducks from freezing. Very annoying. Jealous of Shaw's bedroom? Shaw, the baby! You're jealous of the baby's bedroom. Oh, you poor, poor woman. How awful is your jealousy that you're jealous of your baby's bedroom, who's just in the middle of the barracks. Party has happened. We'll throw it in the freezer. We got something better we're doing now. Hey, it's not held in the freezer. Celebration time. That's the reason we're celebrating. We actually have a room we can throw parties in that's not the freezer. Who's starving? Just so I'm not worried about, just so that the number system doesn't throw me off. Space drone hack, we will not accept that one for now, because that would involve going outside. We all know from being, basement dwelling gamers, the outside is a scary, scary place. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's negative 46 out, but yeah, he's fine. He's down to negative. He's good down to negative 50. Don't you know that back in the olden days, out in negative 40-degree weather, you had your 3-year-olds harvesting the hunted dead seals back to your freezer? Is that not what you did back in the olden days? How my grandparents tell it. Oh, Martinez is now talking about SMGs and miniguns. Well, Martinez, you know what you like. You're not afraid to talk about it, but I think the 4-year-old could probably learn something a bit more suited to a 4-year-old rather than rocket launchers and miniguns. That is not apparently raw food. Not a huge fan of the, especially, well, any kind of milk that's frozen. Just because of the separation that sometimes happens, it's never quite as good as fresh milk. But when you're on a glacial peak, there's not a whole lot of area when it's negative 23 outside that's not warm, other than areas where you put a stupid amount of heaters. So, live with what you got. I do think it's funny how we set up our medical bed in the farm, because originally that was the only warm room we had that people with not horribly dense clothing could go to. But nowadays, we could put them wherever. It's just tradition that they're in the farm next to the pool of water. You can't break tradition at this point. You guys eating through the wall there? It looked very much like they just ate through that wall. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe we have a little doggy door at the bottom they just kind of stick their head through and gnaw on whatever grass is within reach. I don't know. But somehow he was able to eat the grass through the wall. I'm not complaining because there are large creatures in there in a very small area. Take care of animals. And just because I can, and both your parents do it, you will also do the handling of, or you also help out with plants. Suppose you can do mining, can you? And actually do space. Also help out in the mines. Yes, we're putting children to work in the mines. Don't judge me. We're helping improve our defenses. That's the story, I'm sticking to it. Fortunately, did not spawn exactly where we wanted to. I'll save both Phils. Apparently Phil and Phil are two important people. I wonder if they're married. If they're married, that would make sense. No, but apparently this is Nicole's ex-wife? What? Holy crap. Well, Phil, good to meet you. Good to meet you. Remember, everybody, Phil and Phil, very important. We must fulfill our objective here. Okay, the question is, are these weapons actually worth it? No, of course bloody not. They never are. I don't know what it is with these primitive spacefaring people that keep dropping basic weapons from the sky. But I think they would drop, like, a laser gun, a normal gun. I mean, literally anything better than a wooden spear, the most basic of basic weapons. Come on, people. Spacefaring. We can do better than this. Whatever you want now. Where are cleaner drones, and why are they not cleaning up that pile of vomit? 5 robots, they said. They'll work forever. They'll never stop working. Have to worry about a thing. They'll do all the meaningless menial labor for you. They will not. We had to walk through that pile of puke. Way to bed. Not pleasant. Okay, everyone. Rats have come. I don't know which bloody Pied Piper decided to summon a swarm of 47 rats. But you deal with things. You deal with it. Let's go finish them off. 11 years old already. Goodness, they grow up so fast when they're hyper accelerated, and 1 year equals 3 for them. So fast. Go ahead and make a few more t-shirts. Out of wool, what do we got a lot of? We've got some Mega Sloth. Ooh, muskox. I don't know about you. I don't feel like muskox wool would be the most pleasant on the skin. As a parka, not the end of the world. But as an underlayer, it'd keep you warm, certainly, but yeah, that must be itchy as all get out. Then, close, he is getting close. I want to do it myself, because then they'll be mad that I killed some helpless individual, even though they are an enemy of the state. But if I just do nothing and let him bleed out over by my solar panels, then of course it's not on my head that he died. Mostly I just want him for his organs. But I don't want it to be questionable that we killed him for them, so thus the method we're at. Okay. Dogs, cats, Chihuahua. God. Listen. All dogs are good. All dogs can be well trained. However, Chihuahuas are just demons in dog form. Not know who thought it was a good idea to give a dog that small that much aggression and personality. It's such an annoying bark. Trained well, they're fine. As I said, most people don't train Chihuahuas well. Goodness. Walked in on the... Actually, you didn't walk in. You walked in the door, and then they started producing some hearts, if you know what I'm saying. So I think that's on them, more so than you. You were just trying to help their new child once he inevitably gets his room have a very nice-looking room. What they do, they really should have waited until you had gone outside. All I'm saying. How's the dude doing? Could use some more learning. Needs to do more. Work watching. Growth tier still going up. Very nice to see. Gonna be, I mean, one of the few babies I've actually grown to completion. That's one of the few babies in RimWorld that was born in the colony and grew into an adult. There we go. Now that sounds less weird.
Thanks for watching. You should watch another. Please.